Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
El día de hoy en Rutas Alternas tenemos el enorme gusto de recibir a LP, que está trabajando en música nueva, está presentando nuevos sencillos. Ha tenido unos momentos muy interesantes en los momentos recientes de sus visitas a México y tenemos el gusto de conversar en esta videollamada. Hola, LP.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Bien. Muy bien.
Great. So you remember just a minute ago the festival you played here in Guadalajara when you come to
Yeah.
Coordenada a few years ago. I
Yeah,
guess
so
that you
dope.
had a blast, right?
I did. I had such a good time, man, and crowd was so sick, and I loved it. I loved it. So
You
it was fun.
that you also play in Vive Latino, and there was a great show too. Remember?
Yeah, I do. I remember that very well. It was like I don't know, that show was like kind of one of like I'll never forget that show at Viva Latino. Like it was the energy was so insane. Like, I was actually worried that kids were gonna get hurt, because the whole crowd was like undulating and moving, and I was like, wow. And I don't know, it just felt really, really good. And obviously I could tell like there was something. It was kind of like, I had things like decent in Mexico, but then this was like another level, and it was such a beautiful experience. And it's like hard to believe that it happened at all. So it was fun.
Of course, because after that show, you return to the country more times. You have your own shows. You play in the
Yeah,
festival here in Guadalajara. It's been
yeah.
a great connection with the Mexican audience.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's easy because they're just wonderful, and they, they're the way they kind of respond to the music is just so open and so beautiful, and so you have no choice but to reciprocate.
Yes, I think it was very cool in that show that all the audience were singing your songs, not only the singles, but all your songs. And it was
Yeah, I
amazing,
know, that's
that
wild
connection.
too.
Yes.
I know. It's like I always be like I kind of want to explain that, to people sometimes, but like it feels like kind of like bragging, but I've never felt ever. Like it's like, oh, it's just like, they just start singing it lost on you. I mean, I feel like they're singing the whole time, and then also lost on you. But so it's really cool, and it's like wild. I think people that, like even like business people that come to the show are like,
Yes.
really? Oh shit. And I'm like,
I know.
that's
Uh,
right.
a lot of people from the festival talk about that show, and I think it was pretty cool that you have that moment with your audience, because
Yeah,
it's been bigger and bigger the amount of fans that you have in Mexico. Not only Mexico
yeah,
City,
man.
but Guadalajara, Monterrey, and other cities.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, Monterrey is really cool too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I just like, I mean, I've had a love affair with Mexico before I even ever played a note in Mexico. I love it there. Like, I could like live there. And I have many, many friends there, and I have other interests there
Oh, cool.
to to be talked about at some point. But yeah, it's really nice.
So, LP, you have been released a few singles these past months. Recently, you released One Last Time. How was the process of creating music during these pandemic times?
Just a lot of I find like, we talk about like, you know, many people have asked me today in all these interviews about like how do I like to be when I write, like whether happy or sad or whatever. And you know, this whole, my experience with this thing, and I know people have had much worse experiences. That's why I'm so fucking lucky, like, and so I didn't like, I just kept to myself and just did my thing and worked on music and, you know, stayed home or whatever, but I wasn't, no one dear to me died, thank God. And I didn't, it wasn't my time yet in this, so far to get like pushed like that. But, I feel like it did keep me at a constant state of, you know, in between happy and sad, which I think is the sweet spot, and to have this like, this moment of reflection where I feel like I had to, um, really think about things like One Last Time, that song really, I think it would might have ended up much different had this not happened. Like I feel like because of the state of the world and just witnessing, through social media and through the news about the suffering of people and the separation of people, even families, even very like nuclear families, like I mean people saying goodbye to their loved ones over a FaceTime call, like that kind of stuff, very deep, and in One Last Time, I think writing the verses, I was affected by that, and just going back through my own life and the death of my parents, the death of my friends, like that I've had, and just that you never know what those last times are going to be, and if nothing else, remember them, honor them, cherish them, and all that stuff. So I feel like writing wise, this the basic like feelings that I had over this pandemic have been like a bit of a channel, in some ways.
It's always hard to let go, right? In
Of
all
course.
ways.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like I think you stop grabbing onto like the fight of like why the person's not there anymore, and then you can just turn to the times you did have with them and go, well, this is someday I'm not going to be here, you know.
Yes.
So we're just trying to like leave our you know convey something like positive or something emotional, thought provoking out in the world, or in a person. I mean, my mother died young, but like she put so much great shit into me, and I get to like, and then it's I spun it out into the world. So her life was great in a way,
Yes, yes.
in some
It's
ways.
important to celebrate the life of the people that are no longer with us because it's one
Yeah,
way to keep them in touch with us.
yeah, yeah, and and you have to realize that you are important, like every single thing, just if you have a song that's coming out on this record that I can't name or whatever, but it's kind of like you know the nature of people, just like even a smile or something like that, like it sounds so simple and so silly, or but it could change the whole, it could change someone's day, someone's perspective, and then they go off and do another good thing, like that whole pay it forward, pass it on, I mean
Yes.
that's real shit, and it may not seem significant, and it may seem like it's going at a glacial pace in your everyday life, but it all adds up, in my opinion, and that's not to say I go around being some angel, like do everything right all the time, but it's like, you know at the end of it, it's like when you go in your insights in Instagram. Let me put it into social
Yeah.
media for you on an Instagram insight, and you get like 10 people followed you, 10,000 people followed you, 7,000 people unfollowed you, 3,000 people followed you. That's the
Yeah.
positive thing. Hey, and you don't have to get mad at the 7,000 people that unfollowed you. It's like, bye.
I know.
you
I
know.
know.
There you go. There's your silly trite analogy for social media buffs.
This single, this song, One Last Time, is part of a new album. Are you planning to release something at the end of the year, an EP or a full album?
I am Gilberto.
Okay,
I am gonna. I'm releasing the shit out some shit later on this year. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna hit like a freight train.
cool.
We'll see. I hope so. There's a lot of crazy stuff on this thing. I mean, I think but, you know, yeah, I don't know. Not crazy, but like, more of the same, more of me. Like, hey, you
No.
like me? Would you like some more of me?
Yeah.
A lot more of me? There you go. That's you gonna get it, girl. That's what you're
Of
gonna
course.
get. Yeah.
And I know it's hard in these times, but do you have plans to play live again in the United States or here in Mexico?
I do, probably in Mexico, and I don't know when that's like, if that's like, gonna. I think it's gonna happen,
Okay.
but I hope so, and but don't worry, as soon as we're able to do it, we're gonna do it. But I think something will happen this year. We'll see.
You have to
Right.
come as soon as possible because all your fans are telling all the time in the
You
radio
better
and
fucking
TV.
come.
Yes, because
Yeah, no, I
there's a
can't wait.
lot of expectation about your show.
Uh,
I've been
I
working on
can't wait.
radio like 25 years from now, and I can't remember an artist like you to have this kind of connection and explosion
Ah,
and really really care about your
yeah,
fans and your fans caring about you.
yeah,
It was amazing.
that's so cool, man. I mean, I really do care. I really do. Like, there's nothing I'd rather do than, perform for them and write for them. I mean, honestly, I put so much thought into this record that's coming out, and it's just like it's just a get like I want I can't wait to give it to them. It's like I really spent a lot of time picking it out. you know and, then here you go for Christmas. But yeah, it feels really good, and there's so many things I can't wait to share. So and honestly, it's like I really keep them in mind, and I try to think about, like, what I like what I wish I would get from, like, an artist. Like, my God, if, like, and I'm not comparing myself to this person, but, like, like, if Freddie Mercury came back from the dead, I'd be like, and said, I have a record for you, I'd be like, holy fucking fuck. Like, yes, sorry to curse, but yeah, wow, I'd like, so because I'm a fan of his. I mean, so
Cool.
my fans feel like that about me, then I hope they love this record because I put a lot of work into it.
I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Looking forward to listen your new songs. We have One Last Time on digital platforms. You have a video, a very cool video also in YouTube. Where did you make this video?
The One Last Time video.
Yes.
Oh, at this place called oh my God, what's it? The castle, Talaya. What's the name of the damn castle in Silver Lake? Huh?
The Parlamore. Parlamore?
No, Parlamore Estates. Was that it? Paramore?
Yeah.
Paramore.
Like the band. Yeah, Paramore Estates, and yeah, this place is nuts. Like, so this place was, like, owned, I think, in, like, the 20s or 30s by this couple that were, like, very much like, kind of like, well, not. They definitely weren't like me and Jamie couple, you know what I mean? Like, they probably couldn't even comprehend what was gonna happen there. It's like, wait a second, what's exactly going on here? But yeah, they were like, kind of F. Scott Zelda kind of vibe, and then they had this beautiful romance and all this stuff, and then she died in a car accident, like in real life, on, like, Mulholland Drive, very, like, kind of
Oh.
like, kind of like Hollywood kind of shit. But they were like this, like, kind of like major couple, had all these parties there, and then this place became like a convent, which is like, wow, like talk about, I can't comprehend. And then it became a girls' school, which, wow. and then and then now, like, a bunch of people, like, there's a bunch of people that live in it and they rent it out and all this stuff, but, like, it's had a journey, much like
Yes.
myself, and it was just like, I mean, there was so much vibe in this place, dude. Like, it was just like, you're like, if you were like, one of those people who gets, I think my earphones are running out. If you were like one of those people that, like, gets, like, hit by, like, ghosts or something like that, you'd be like, like,
Cool.
the end of, like, a mob movie or something like that with bullets. But, like, it was like pretty, it was pretty intense, and beautiful, and had my friends there with me, and we just, like, we like, it was like a, like, method acting. We just went into this, like, kind of other realm, and it was super fun.
Absolutely. It's always important to have fun when you do some arts,
Yeah.
right? Some music.
Yeah, I felt like everybody, when we were thinking of, we wanted to go, we were like trying to, like, our inspiration was like The Great Gatsby. Like, we were
Ah,
trying to, like, go for, like, full escape on this shit. You know what I mean? Like, we wanted just people to, like, just have so much fun watching it, and I hope they did. I do. But yeah, it was like, the director Steven Schoenfeld is, he's like the, I think the first director that is really such a, fashion photographer. So, and so it was just such a great coupling of, like, him with, Jamie being a model, and and she's an actress as well, but started out modeling, and yeah, so it's really, it's cool.
It's very cool video. We can watch it on YouTube. And looking forward to watch your new singles, your new full live, and to have you here in Mexico. LP, thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Yeah, muchas gracias.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.